Hey, it's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. That means it's time for This Week at Gear Report. This is the show where we talk about all of the different articles, reviews, content that we published since the prior show, which would have been Wednesday of last week. And, oh, well, look at that. Rogue says, hey. Yeah, we'll say hi to him in a second. All right. So we talk about what's coming, anything that... and JJ's with us too. I'm going to finish this. Yeah. We'll talk about a ton of stuff. I'm telling you, we had so many articles published in the last week. It's crazy. So, excuse me. That was burp speak there. Why don't we dive into that? So let's see. We'll make the rounds real quick. Everyone say hi. We'll go this way for. Oh, hold on. That way for Rogue. Say hi, and then we'll go down to Mitch and JJ.
Hey, everybody. I know this is my first time on Gear Report, and it's kind of exciting, especially with all the elections and so many articles hitting the webpage all at once.
Hey, everybody. Mitch, Gear Report. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Glad you joined us, or if you're catching us on replay, we look forward to seeing your comments and feedback. Welcome to another great show.
How's it going, guys? This is JJ, of course, at Gear-Report.com, and every week bringing you some of the cool stuff that we do and the things that we've written and the plans in the works. So I'm glad that you guys are here.
Wow, you guys are getting good at this. Oh, and look at that. We just had a ton of comments popped up. So the Tactical Pickle is out there. What's up, Calaveras? You bastard. Okay. Welcome to the show, Calaveras. We're happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us again. And, well, at least he's thorough. You know, he did with the little @ symbol, and then he came back with the, what do you call it? The hashtag. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. But at least he's being cordial to everyone else, mostly. But hey, bad news. Hate to break it to everyone, but I'm the one that does the firing, so I'm probably not going to fire myself. But who knows? I didn't mean to do that. Let me get back to everyone. All right. I probably deserve to be fired at some point, but it's not going to happen today. So why don't we dive in? Let's see. Has anyone here had anything published in the last week? Any of our panelists? I think Cozy Juan did.
Affirmative.
You did too? Mitch and Jose? Good. So, you know what? Let me see. Man, we got so many things here. We're going to start. Let's start with, bear with me while I go click on the right tab to bring up the Springfield Armory 1911 EMP Champion Concealed Carry Contour. That is a mouthful.
Tell me about it. Having to write that repeatedly. I love copy and paste. I'm just going to say it because, again, I'm a huge fan of the 1911 family. And, again, as Rogue and I were talking about pre-show, love the 1911s, love carrying larger firearms when the weather gets colder, more concealment. But this EMP I had my eye on for some time from Springfield, but I just didn't like the other offerings at the time. They released the concealed contour carry, and I liked the fact that they made it a little more concealable, a little more, closer shape to your body. So I waited for the right moment. I was actually able to test fire it before purchasing it, which was a great help. And it's just a great 1911 and 9mm. I know people think that's a, heresy, but, to each their own. I don't judge. Great shooting firearm. Very, very nice action. Again, Springfield Armory 1911s have never disappointed me. I own several. And this was just all around solid performance from this 1911.
That's the one that when we were talking about the grips from the company with the weird name, the gun grips, is that the one that you said, I'd like to put a set of these grips on my 1911, but it has an odd cut to the back?
It does. It's like it's a 4-inch 1911, but it has more of a bobbed handle. So it's harder to find grips for it. Not impossible. They're just the design of the cut of the handle is slightly different. So I went with the full size grips to try out on my full size 1911.
Gotcha. All right. Really want a Rock Island Armory GI for a range toy. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever shot one of those. And anyone? Rock Island 1911 experience?
I've seen a lot brought in and asked why they don't shoot, but other than that, no. I'm just being honest. I worked at a gun store for many years and several years. I won't say many. And a lot of times we got those and several other brands that, and again, it's probably more related to user and how they treat their firearms, because we saw a lot of abuse, because a lot of people don't think about keeping them clean, keeping them in a, climate controlled environment. So, but that's a lot of the stuff that I know about it.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. When I had my FFL, I saw a bunch come through my logbook, but nobody really ever commented on it afterwards. They just they bought them because they were kind of cheap. And I always wondered if they became a safe gun.
Yeah. Just in case gun. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, today I think the biggest factor in choosing which gun to purchase is what's available, because that really seems to be the hard part, is finding anything in stock. I know some of the bigger stores. I keep posting links. If you follow Gear Report on Facebook, you'll see periodically I'll put links up for Palmetto State Armory or Brownell. Some of those big shops I think have enough pull with the manufacturers that they can get inventory. But the little guys, like I'm on the FFL for Quarter Horse Arms. Quarter Horse Arms can't get anything. It's terrible. But being a smaller, lower volume shop, the brands just won't send anything.
Yeah, I still have access to my accounts with my distributors, even though I don't have my FFL. They just let me keep my accounts for some reason. And I go in there every once in a while, and everything is just allocated. You're just not going to get it.
Yeah, that's what Alan was telling me. Alan, that runs Quarter Horse Arms, was saying that it's either allocated or it's over like $1,500. He said if you want a really expensive gun, he can find them. But he looked for 9mm pistols yesterday with, I can't remember what distributor it was now, but one of the fairly big ones. And they had like 32 available, period. They were all more expensive. Like, who's going to buy them? They cost too much. But only 32 nationwide that weren't allocated already. Crazy. And I bet if we went back and looked today, they're not available. Yep. All right. So let's, we got so many to look at. Let's dive in and keep moving. I believe we're going to dive into this one from Jeremy, from Kim and Jeremy over at, all right, what are they called? Down South? It's Down South, isn't it? I keep trying to call them Deep South. They're Down South, off-road and outdoor. Let me go get to that one. This is a really neat little mounting bracket to hold a light bar. It goes across the front of a Jeep, Wrangler type. And they put it on one of the Foothills Jeep Brigade, I think is what they call it, that club out in Western North Carolina for Jeeps. And it's kind of impressive. It's better than I expected it to be, as far as relatively inexpensive little light bar mount. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into the Jeep Life, you know what? I'm going to start drinking before the show, because that makes it so I don't slur my words so much. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyhow, go check that out if you're into Jeep stuff and looking to put a light bar on. Really neat little turbo SII product there. And we're going to keep moving. Let's see here. What else should we look at? Saw something I wanted today, but not sure I want to spend the coin on it until the economy, election, etc. pans out. Dude, that's a whole nother. You're trying to sidetrack me, Honcho.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get done with the stuff that we've reading so far.
Yeah. There's so many things we could talk about. So much going on in the world. We're gonna have to come back to some of those. All right, I'm going to do one now. Why don't we talk about one of mine? This is the, it's a little titanium backpacking Cookset. So I don't know if any of you guys have done any kind of camping and camp cooking where you use alcohol stoves, but they burn, they burn alcohol. It could be, the good stuff, or it could be denatured alcohol, or in this case, I'm using yellow heat, which is antifreeze that you put in the gas tank so your gas lines don't freeze in the winter if they get any moisture in them. It's a type of methyl alcohol that is cleaner burning than a denatured alcohol. So these are all of the metal parts in this are titanium, which makes them really light, and they nest together so everything tucks inside that cup when you're carrying it. Really neat little stove. If you're into this kind of stuff, this is, I don't know if I want to say ultralight backpackers use alcohol stoves, but honestly, there's some real drawbacks to alcohol stoves that mean you got to really be looking to count that, not just ounces, but the grams that you're carrying, and trim weight everywhere in order to be able to put up with some of the downsides of using alcohol stoves. So if that's the kind of stuff you do, this is a neat little setup for, I think it was, I can't remember how much it was. I was about to say, but I was going to say the wrong thing, I think. So, but it wasn't too expensive. Pretty neat little kit. It came with a spork too. I'm a sucker for a spork, especially a folding titanium spork. So check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. Look like a neat little thing. The one thing I'll tell you is it got 3.5 gears instead of a perfect, nothing's ever got a perfect 5 gears, but it probably got 4, maybe 4.5 if it had a good windscreen. But just a tiny little bit of breeze really disrupts the flame on this. So if you get anything like this, any kind of little alcohol stove like that, definitely get a windscreen. All right. Where shall we go next? All right, we're going to tease some of the other topics that are out there that we aren't talking about right now. And we're going to talk about a Trump 2020 themed Trailheadz OutdoorINK. OutdoorINK is a company that you can send them any kind of design and they will print on outdoor fabric that then you can make stuff out of. So it's a Trailheadz is the company that made this hammock tarp. OutdoorINK is a company that did the custom Trump 2020 print on it. So this review is mainly about the different features of the tarp itself. So if you're into hammock camping and you like the tarps that have tent poles in them to spread it out, give you a little bit more space under the tarp, then go check out Trailheadz. They're great friends of the camping department here at Gear Report. We've got contributors in the camping and hammock camping and backpacking segment here at Gear Report that go up to Trailheadz a couple times a year for hammock hangs that they have, like parties with huge fires and lots of adult beverages and hammocks. So thoughts on was this a good idea, having a Trump 2020 custom designed fabric for this hammock tarp?
Well, I don't know about being a good idea or not, but it really shows that they can actually print out and do all the stuff that you want on any of your fabrics. So if you're wanting to, promote a logo, promote a company and stuff while you're doing outdoor things, that sounds like a pretty good and ingenious way of advertising something that is going to be useful to you in the end.
It does. It does. I need to talk to them about getting something with the Gear Report logo on it.
Right.
I think that would be awesome. Because I'll tell you what, I'm all about putting the Gear Report logo on everything. Except I haven't tattooed myself yet, so that's probably never going to happen. But who knows? I'm not judging if any of you have already tattooed Gear Report on your bodies somewhere. That's cool. I just haven't done it.
At the same time, I do gotta say that the template that they use for this one is subtle enough that if you're far away, you're still kind of looking like a pattern, reddish or whatever colors on a tarp that you might not be able to distinguish until you're really up close. I'm sure that if you wanted to do a 4x4 template of something, feet at least, 4x4 feet, they'll be able to just do the one big signage for you and on your tarps and stuff. So that would be another really good way of advertising, like you said, the Gear Report logo.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Make it happen.
Sure.
All right, that was easy. I like that. All right, so I'm going to do another one real quick here, and I think I'm going to do the next several, and I'm just going to blow through them quickly without much discussion because we have so much to cover, and I want to get to the point where everyone can talk and get some questions coming from the audience and that kind of thing. So let me get through a few of these real quick. This one, I'm going to tell you a funny story about this one though. Now that I said I'm going through it quick, I'm going to slow down. I have been getting notes. May I? Yeah.
So since I'm part of the editing faction here at Gear Report, we have been seeing some comments and other stuff from I guess somebody that is claiming to be part of the manufacturing or the company that makes this bicycle, and it's been really interesting how they are trying to negotiate how we do the reviews and the amount of gears that they receive and stuff. So I'm gonna let Jeff keep on going that one, but it's been really interesting.
Well, it has, because they're sending notes to the Gear Report. So it came into the Gear Report Facebook page as like a direct message or something, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's how you could see it. It's not an email. They sent it through there, and it started out with, "Hey, we've got some exercise gear we'd like you to review." And I said, "Well, okay, send me a link and I'll look at it." And as well, actually, we make this bike, and you gave it, I think on the Amazon review, they don't do half stars. So it was 3 stars instead of 5. And it's, well, they started making a case for, well, it's actually, you said it's 350 and it's actually 300, which it was 349 the day that I did the review. And you said these things, and since we lowered the price, can you raise the gears because it's a better value or whatever? And I'm like, what? Did you read it? It says I've given you a roadmap to fix all the stuff that's wrong with it so it'll get better reviews moving forward. You can't just like negotiate to, here, can you just make it better? Like, well, no, I can't give you more gears. Fix the shit that was wrong with it, and then we'll talk.
But at the same time, they're pretty much trying to buy the article and our evaluation and what kind of integrity are we going to have if the review itself is for sale. It's been kind of interesting to see the mentality of being able to say, well, if we do this, would you change it? I mean, it's like they have a desperate need of having a good review, and on our standards, at 3 gears, it's not a bad review,
2.5 could be better, seriously. It's got some issues, but I said it's a solid bike. It's just got some issues. All right, show of hands. We've had a request to start over. Is anyone up for that? Thanks, Snob. See, I was ready to do it, but no one else put their hands up. Hey.
Yeah.
What did you do to piss them off, Gun Snob? All right. Anyhow, so that was fun. If you want to go read about the bike itself, now that you heard the story behind the scenes on that bike, go read the review. And it's not a bad bike, but spoiler alert, I'm 6'4". I have like unusually long legs, disproportionately long legs. This bike isn't big enough. If you're a little shorter, maybe it'll work for you. But anyhow. Let's see. The Tactical Pickle is here in the Don't put those thumbs up yet. The Tactical Pickle is here in the chat, and now we have the Camping Pickle here with us on the panel. So thanks for joining us. I'd give you a hard time and say better late than never, but I actually forgot to create this whole thing in YouTube until very recently. So
that's all right. I was half asleep on the couch when I got the YouTube notification. Went, oh hell, I got to show up tonight.
Yeah, and we just talked about Joe's Trump hammock tarp.
Yep.
The Trailheadz. Anything you want to say about that real quick before we move on?
It's so much fun watching leftist snowflakes say, "What a great camo pattern." And then their eyes get really big as they get close to it and start reading that it says Trump 2020. And then at that point, it's just a spontaneous combustion.
Did you see that happen?
Yes. I have seen it happen. Have seen it happen in person. And also on the Fuss book, I kind of, left it into it and asked John with Trailheadz how Joe's tarp was coming, and I in main chat and put, how's Joe's Trump tarp coming? And in like 30 minutes we had 95 comments about how nobody wants politics in the hammock chat. And sorry guys, I'm asking about a tarp.
You know why this upsets me? Because this was initially just going to be the hammock tarp review. And I sent Joe a note, said, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Based on where this is dropping a couple days before the election, I think I'm actually going to call it a Trump tarp. See if we can get some people to comment on it. Anything. Yeah. No one did anything.
Right, because the vast majority of our client base is on the right hand side of the aisle.
Yeah. Yep.
I get out to some of these larger hammock hangs, and it's funny. I'm either in the vast majority and I'm hanging out with a bunch of right-winged hunters and former Leos, or it's the complete opposite, and it's a bunch of tree-hugging leftist. Biden's the next coming of the savior people.
Right. Okay, we're going to save some of that for later in the show. We're going to open up. This is a big week. We're going to open up and we're going to talk, but we have so many to get through. Let's just plow through another one. Since you've been talking anyway, Mr. Camping Pickle, let's keep that rolling.
Ooh, I have this right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was a quick review. I actually threw this together. It's Jeff.
That one. That's what I wanted.
I actually threw this together the day I got it. So it is truly a quick first review. This little thing weighs like 14, 15 ounces. And is it going to be my primary chair? No, I've got much more comfortable chairs than that. But when I'm backpacking, I don't sit around a campfire for hours. I sit around a campfire, or I don't even usually have a campfire, but it's all mostly about stopping along the trail to grab a quick bite to eat. And I want a chair that I can deploy like that is big enough that I can sit my butt in, that I can eat lunch, cook from, and when lunch is over, hit the road. And right now, the Helionox is the gold standard. And you're looking over a pound. You've got to pull it out. You've got to assemble the chair, attach the seated fabric, and then sit down. Inevitably, you're seated below your 90-degree angle on your knees, and it's a pain to get out of. Jose Juan's nodding. I know Jeff, if he's ever attempted to sit in a Helionox chair, has probably had to roll down to the ground to then stand up, because you can't climb out of this chair once you get past the age of, I don't know, 30, 35.
We call that maneuver the
Yeah.
TJ.
The TJ, yes. So I'm going to back up. I've got the chair in front of me. I'm going to sit down. I'm seated. I'm completely seated. And anybody that knows me knows that I've got 2 bad knees and a broken hip. So unassisted, hands in the air. I'm going to put my feet under me, and I'm going to stand up. And then I'm going to sit down.
Yep.
And I'm right at 200 pounds. Actually, I was 200.0 this morning, so today's kind of a fat day. But, you know, it does.
Did you do that again and kind of shake it a little bit when you, oh yeah, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
But,
So Pico, looking at that, it really, it makes me wonder a lot of the times when you see all these really old guys on the Corvettes and everything that they need extra handles to be able to get out and in of the car, because they just they don't have the strength to get out from those cars anymore, but they still have them. So that little stool looks fantastic, especially if you give extra.
And then, okay, so here's the takedown of it. Jeff, you want to throw me a quick live or a quick large?
Oh, hold on. I got to get back to you.
Click buttons.
There we
go. So chair is fully assembled. I just picked it off the ground. Squeeze it in the middle. It kind of compresses. The legs collapse down. The one piece of shot cord wraps around. Clips
like
back
magic.
in. And it's like magic.
Yeah.
It's at that point it's packable. So I'm really tickled with it. I've not had it out in the backcountry yet because I've been kind of stuck in the front country. So hopefully we'll get it out in the backcountry and get some testing done on it this weekend or next.
I guess the size and the height and everything for it, it looks pretty good. I would be curious to see how it perform about digging in down in the ground and stuff. So how the footers and all the stuff work.
Yeah, most definitely. Soft soil, wet soil, the wet levee stuff, the slightly muddy stuff. Yeah, definitely. It's got some pretty decent angled legs on it that kind of look weaponized. So I'm hoping it performs well. Fingers crossed. So we'll see.
Okay, so just to keep moving, because we got so many to talk about, I'm going to blow through a couple of them real quick, and we're going to cycle. Okay, I'm going to do 2, and then we're going to hit Jose Juan for a quick look at that survival pack, and then we'll come back to Pickle for the backpack. So let's see. First one, this is going to be real quick because this is basically one of those Amazon reviews that I said, I already wrote it up for Amazon. I'll just copy it into Gear Report. And this is going to get fleshed out if we're ever allowed to get back into wrestling season. So Snob made a comment earlier about, North Carolina. It looks like we have reelected our king. And unfortunately, the North Carolina governor has been super clamped down on you can't do anything because of the Rona. I don't know if we're going to have a high school wrestling season this year. If we do, at the end of the season last year, my shoes gave up. And, it's good that our heavyweight didn't make it into the postseason because I'd have had trouble working out with him because my shoes fell apart. But I got a new pair of shoes, so I am ready to help the kids with their wrestling if they allow us to get back on the mat. I tried them on a little bit snug because they only go up to 12.5, but otherwise, if you're into wrestling shoes, you can go read about the different features of these. I got a whole article on high school wrestling gear, on the best wrestling shoes, on the best wrestling headgear, all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, go check that out, but on your own time. We got other things to look at. So let's see. I said I was going to do 2. I'm going to do one for TJ because TJ has blown us off. And I don't know why. Has anyone seen him in the chat? Has TJ showed up at all anywhere? I guess not. All right. From ODIN Works, cool people. We hung out with them a little bit at SHOT Show in January. I know AJ spent a fair amount of time in their booth trying to work out something for some reviews. I don't know if that actually went anywhere, but this is kind of their thing. If you just look at the this extended mag release, it's sculpted, it's a different shape, it's bigger than a normal one, and it's a flashy color. They do all kind of colors and anodized aluminum parts. That's kind of their thing, is different shapes, different colors. If you want to spice up, make your parts stand out, they have the colors to do that. Generally, what they have has also got some sort of performance benefit also. Like they do a lot of handguards that are really aggressively milled so that they're lighter, but then they'll also anodize them. You can get black if you want, but they do a lot of color anodize. So if you want to pimp your AR, ODIN Works has got some pretty cool stuff. In this case, it was the extended mag release. Really simple, not a lot to talk about. It's an extended mag release, you know. He said it was easy to install, worked really well. There you go. All right. Let me get back to the main screen. So I did my two. Where was I going next, Jose?
Sure.
All right. Quick look at the Henry U.S. Survival Pack.
Yeah, so after a couple of snafus in editing and all the stuff and writing itself, we finally got this one out on the website, and you guys can read about it. The whole article pretty much on this section of this article relates a little bit more to the performance of the rifle itself. So there is a target sample of 4 different ammo types and how it performed. And at the same time, I gave you guys a little bit of a breakdown of the different accessories or the articles that were included in the survival pack, and you are able to discern or make yourself an idea or quick notes of how much you would be spending if you wanted to piecemeal this on your own with comparable items that we find on the internet.
Sure.
I keep on saying that the gears for this article is a little bit more of a combination of what the pack and the rifle has done. However, if you do read and pay attention to what I wrote in the article, that's why I say that's the combination or average of the evaluation, because for as much as the
rifle didn't do it well, right?
Yeah, the rifle itself is a fantastic design. It's well done. You know, it fits in its pack. It's very compact, very light, but it's just it's not something that I would rely on for survival.
You don't have to. It sounds like you're apologizing for the gun not working right, and you don't need to do that. I mean, the fact is, it's super cool. I mean, the picture we got here on the screen where you pack the whole thing into the butt stock, that's really neat.
Yeah.
But the sight post was moving around, which made
So it's kind of a gimmick.
I think I don't know. Henry's not the first manufacturer to make the AR-7 survival rifle. I believe that it's just this iteration of it. I honestly, I'm leaning towards saying they cut corners in an effort to cut cost a little bit too much. And from what I know of Henry, actually, I'm going to talk to them because I've got a Henry Big Boy that I need to get the review published for soon. And, as a company, they've always impressed me that they don't accept their stuff not working right. So it's kind of amazing to me that this gun had the functional issues that it had with choking on some types of ammo and with the sight post moving around a little bit. So we'll talk to them and see what they say. But
on their defense, I do gotta say that they do have a warning or a note on their manual that it says that subsonic ammunition or stuff will not cycle the the action and stuff. So they have provided information, so you're going to be selecting from the higher velocity ammunition, and that's kind of what I try to do. I didn't go subsonic with this rifle at all, but I just expected it to have more reliability in its functioning. But
and the whole thing with this is that it collapses and stows into the stock, so it's easy to carry. But the only way you could do accuracy testing was to put a scope on it, which, obviously you can't even break it down and put it away with the scope on it. So, yeah.
I mean, you can leave the action outside and put it in the pack, because the pack is big enough that it'll hold the receiver with the scope mounted on it. So that wouldn't be necessarily a problem. But in the end, still from that point where you really can't rely on the sights that are provided for it, or without a scope, and then some of the issues of the ammunition feeding properly, I was definitely disappointed. And if it was a review for just the rifle, you would see quite a bit difference on the score.
Yep. Pretty cool looking little rifle. It's a shame it didn't work out as well as we had hoped it would. All right. So thank you. Anyone else have any thoughts on that particular? You used one? Banshee, have you used one of those?
When I was looking for a pack rifle, I had debated on this rifle. I actually ended up not going that route for a 22. I went the Ruger route. I like the idea that it fits in the buttstock. I also like that it floats. But I decided to go a different direction just because there was more parts for a 1022 than there is anything else.
Oh, those are awesome.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the takedown 1022.
If you have followed our channel for a while, or at least the website itself, you can actually look at the articles that I wrote about the 1022s, especially the takedown. And there is an upgrade that you could do to that rifle to make it even more accurate. You can check out the tack hammer. Tack hammer barrels that are the exchange for the Ruger takedown, and that has the cantilever Picatinny rail incorporated into the barrel, so you never lose your zero if you have a scope on it. So check those out too.
That's
okay. Let's see. Let's I was going to go back to Pickle for the backpack now, wasn't it? All right, Here we go. All right, is it up?
Yep, it's up.
It's up. All right. What do you think?
I honestly, I can't tell you how tickled I am to carry these packs.
It's not going to be much of a show if you don't tell us.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, the pickle is tickled. That pack on the left is less than a pound. I've carried it anywhere from 12 to about 22 pounds, about 25, 30 miles worth of distance. And it just disappears on your back. DCF, which is Dyneema Cuban fiber, which is a very lightweight, waterproof material that is 7 times stronger than steel in its form. And that frame in the middle of that picture that's on the screen will work on either pack. I can load down the pack. If I then decide that the pack is too heavy to go frameless, I can attach the frame and the belt or the frame and then carry it. The main picture of the pack on the right, I had carried it the weekend before that picture was taken, and the weight was 46 pounds. So and there's no difference in the packs, just the material.
Yeah. So you carried the DCF pack or the other one?
I've carried both of them. The DCF pack would have handled. Yeah, the DCF pack would have handled that 46 pounds just fine. Because it's 2.92 DCF.
Yeah.
So,
I've got a DCF pack, Z packs,
mhm.
and it doesn't have a ladder frame. It's a little carbon fiber stay on each side with a
Do you have
couple
the arc?
pieces.
The arc, what is it? The arc blast or the arc haul?
Arc blast. Yeah.
Okay, I've carried one of them, and honestly, this carried better once I got used to the horizontal cross members of that carbon fiber ladder frame.
So what I absolutely love about the arc blast and the arc haul for that matter, the arc part of the name comes from you pre-tension the frame a bit so that it gets an arc to give some space between your back and the pack. So it's phenomenal for ventilation. It really helps isolate the weight of the pack on your hips. I'm curious, is this a similar setup? Or?
See, I think this did a better job of traversing the weight from the pack to the hips. And I've got hip problems anyway. And I'll be honest with you, carrying 46 pounds, I don't care who you are, that's not a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But most of that was water, because the trip, it was a 3-day weekend camping trip, and it was to a dry campsite.
Yeah, for the people who don't backpack much and haven't tried these really super ultralight packs, they generally are pretty shitty when it comes to carrying over about 35 pounds or so.
Yeah,
so
no, they're shitty carrying over 20 pounds on the frameless.
Yeah.
You know, you're basically, think of your high school backpack with 10 to 15 pounds of books in it. I'm backpacking a 40-liter pack with roughly 20 pounds for the weekend, including food, water, shelter, the whole 9 yards. And it carries wonderfully. And then to turn around and throw a external carbon fiber frame and waist belt on it and double, almost 2.5 times that weight, and it still carried well.
Yeah. So tell me about I'd never heard of this company before.
So yeah, they reached out to me through my standing in the hammock community there, sir. Small company, PBD is Packback Designs. They're a small company out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And for those of us, okay, I'm not a military guy, so I promise you I'm going to screw this up. But they have a pack coming out that I'm going to need somebody on the military side to review, that they want us to take a look at once they finish the design. It's one pack that will match up with the Alice FLBE and the Marine external.
Okay.
And keep me honest, guys, the U.S. military uses 3 distinctive external pack frames.
I don't even know. They keep changing.
Right. Well, Packback Designs, or PVD Ultralight, has come up with a pack design that will work with each one of the 3 external
systems. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. External systems.
Interesting.
So another thing that they've pulled from the military community is both packs have a Molly strap or PAL strap system across the top, as well as underneath the pack. So strapping on a IFAC or a chair to the bottom, is the straps are already there. All you've got to do is interweave the webbing and click.
Sure. Yep.
With the DCF, that does cause a problem of, it leaking, so it needs to be seam sealed. And after I got my packs, I come to find out that PVD will seam seal it. And then I think the neatest feature that really just amazed me on it was each external side pocket, or for the hiking community, your water bottle pockets, has a double mesh pocket outside of it. So it's perfect for a Cliff Bar snack, your cell phone, your water filter, a deuce of spades, just one of those little things that you really want to have with a quick access to, but don't really want to go digging for it in your pack. And it also carries, they also have a CCW pocket on it. So there is a waterproof zippered pocket in the right side kidney region that opens up to the main compartment of the pack. So it's a little bit smaller than what my Glock 19 wanted to fit. And me being left-handed, it was kind of awkward.
We refer to that as wrong-handed.
Okay, me being wrong-handed or southpawed, it made it a little awkward trying to get out. But hey, there's my buddy John.
He heard you talking about him, apparently.
He did hear me talking about him. But it was accessible enough. I could stuff my cell phone in it and pull my cell phone out, and I could get a small pocket carrier, pocket pistol out. I believe I was actually up at John's compound for the weekend for a camping trip, and I was using a little LCP, little Ruger LCP, and I could get
just
it
to keep John in line.
Yeah, yeah, right. And I was able to get it in and out without too much trouble.
It's always good when you can get it in and out without too much trouble.
That's right.
Like that.
That's right.
Yep. All right. Let's see. We got to keep moving. We have already blown past our projected half hour, and we're not done. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to make quick work of this. Let me see. We've done the stool. I think this is actually the last one. So you guys get ready. We're going to go around the room after this next one's done and talk about what's coming. So have your little speech about whatever stuff you're working on. Get that ready. And then if there are any other topics, any current events or anything you want to talk about, we're gonna have a minute. We're gonna take a few minutes to talk about those. And if you got any thoughts or questions or anything out there in the chat, please let us know. And I forgot to mention it earlier. If you're there, leave a comment. We don't know you're there if you don't say something. So certainly speak up, say hi. All right, another one from Odin Works. This is a TJ publication here on this one. This is it looks like it's just a little safety lever for an AR. The neat thing about this one is kind of what we talked about earlier. They do different shapes and designs, and they do different colors. So you can get the fancy, different colors if you want to spice things up. Or in this case, what's pretty cool about it is it's an ambidextrous safety lever, but it's also configurable for a 45-degree or a 90-degree throw on the lever. And it has, I think it was 8 different orientations you can set it up. So you really can change the little nuanced feel of how that safety selector works to fit what you like. Which if you haven't shot a lot of AR, maybe that doesn't sound exciting. But if you're like me with my big hands, long fingers, the way my thumb hits the safety lever on a standard AR, it kind of rips the skin off. It's in just the wrong spot where I hate it. I'm going to have to get one of these so I can put it in a better spot. Anyhow,
you could chop your thumb and that'll fix it too.
I could. I just haven't yet, I'm a procrastinator. I haven't got around to that. So go check this out if you think that looks interesting. There's some links you can go get it or read about it. And TJ gave it a 3.5 out of 5. If you want to know why, you're going to have to go read the article. All right. So I am looking through to make sure we got everything covered. It appears we did. So now he shows up. All right.
What's up, slacker?
Yes.
I just did your work for you.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
He's been watching for the last
man.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's echoing. I don't know who that is.
Echoing. It is.
I think
Is
it's
that me?
TJ. It wasn't happening before. Thanks for joining us, TJ. Good job. So, yeah, you're gonna have to mute TJ. I'll mute him. That's it. Did he just called us bastards, didn't he? Here we go. I muted him. Are we echoing now? No, that's what it was.
No echoes. TJ's the echo.
Oh my goodness. Hey, it's good to see you though, Teach. No, but definitely have to review the rest of here at BS.
What's up, Jay Long?
All right, so that was Jason Fowler, first time here. Thanks, good to see you. We appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Jay Long, not one I recall seeing before either. So you know what? This is awesome. We got a few new people here checking out the show tonight. So thanks. We're glad to have you here, and really appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything, let us know. We have completed the first round. The stuff that's supposed to go real quick took forever. We can move on to recently completed. No, we did recently completed. We can move on to reviews that will be published soon. That's what we're moving on to. So we'll start this way and work our way around. Would that be clockwise? So Rogue, you have anything coming up?
Yeah, I have a review of the Mantis X10 Elite coming up that
yeah.
actually just finished writing. I just got to do some pictures and proofread my stuff. And after that, I have the gun grips for the Beretta 92 and also shell sorters for sorting your brass for reloading.
Oh, nice. Beretta 92. See, that's interesting. I tried a different approach. You know how sometimes when we're arranging for reviews, we'll tell a company, I've been interested in this firearm, I'd love to review it. I actually took the opposite approach with Beretta. And when I was talking to one of their marketing people, I said, just don't talk to me about a 92. I can't stand those suckers. And like, what are you talking about? We need to get a 92X in your hands. We'll change your tune. Like, yeah, probably not going to happen, you know, but we'll see.
Little reverse psychology.
And I wasn't actually trying to do that. I was just being honest that I carried a concealed M9 for a while under my flight suit when I was in the Air Force, and I couldn't stand that thing. I hated it. But in fairness, it's probably more to do with the complete lack of training that they provided us in the Air Force than it was about the gun itself.
What?
Because
You mean your 50 rounds per year that you got to shoot?
Oh, not even that many. I qualified expert, by the way. Never shot a live round. We trained on the Nintendo, is what we called it. It was a pneumatic operated M9. So in the magwell, they put a little pneumatic adapter and they put a different slide on that when you pull the trigger, it would cycle to give you a feel for the felt recoil, but it was fake and it had a laser in it. So, yeah.
That explains a lot.
They just didn't want you Air Force guys to get slide by or like any hot brass on you. You know, they were just looking out for you.
Well, can you imagine if I got hot brass burns? Like, what if it was on my putting hand?
I know. That's horrible.
You know? Yeah. So speaking of Mitch over there, what do you have coming?
Just a few quick reviews. That one for the extra carry mag pouches that they sent me. Testa knows one of the universal and then one for my everyday carry. And then, of course, the gun grips for my 1911. I have some photos I'm going to put out there and, a couple of notes.
Nice. Pretty cool grips. I'm looking forward to seeing that. All right. JJ, what do you have coming?
So we received a package last week, and I'll show you guys because it was pretty much arrived the day before or the day of the last live show that we did. And it's going to be a little bit of like a quick review as well of left-handed bolt carrier group. So far, it's been working really good, really easy to adjust and make the changes that I had to, and then seamlessly and effortlessly fit into the AR receiver that I'm going to be using. So yeah, that one, and then I pretty much have most everything written for one of the nicest 22 long rifles that we've gotten so far. We've teased it a couple of times on Facebook, making some pictures and comments and stuff in the past. We've had it for somewhere less than a year, but we've been working with it, and just to tease it a little bit more, it's a Bolt Quartzen, and definitely stands up to the quality that they.
I'm just going to tell you right now.
Yep.
The gauntlet has already been thrown down from the hit TV show Top Shot.
I know.
Justin has called you out already and said, dude, you can't publish a review until your groups are better if you're shooting a Bolt Quartzen. So I don't know if you're going to let him do that to you, but
yeah, no. I think he would approve.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Okay. But everyone, keep your eyes out for that. A hell of a rifle. Really, it's like a sculpture that you can shoot. It's really, really neat. So looking forward to getting that write-up done. Camping Pickle, what do you have coming?
Next week, I've got our annual large hammock camping group camp out that I host every year here in North Carolina at Falls Lake Reservoir. And after that, I'm ready to dive straight into the winter camping season. So things to keep me warm this year, I guess. There's nothing directly in the pipeline. That pack kind of emptied out the backlog. So
yeah.
I've got a small DCF food bag from PBD that they sent along with the packs. That's working pretty well, but that's really just going to be a quick review. So anybody want to help keep me warm this winter? Let me know.
I'm not touching that. Nope. I'm
Come on, DJ.
All right, so here I'm going to share something with you guys. Let me make mine big. I'm going to steal.
I just had a vendor send me that they're going to help keep me warm. So
yeah, this is why Karami are not with us right now. They are actually in the shop working on their Jeep that they call Bella, and doing some pretty insane upgrades to the front, the sides, the back, all over the place. Oh wow, to the back end too. Look at that. Put a new bumper on the back end, new bumper on the front, and a winch. And
I was watching their social media pics today. It looks pretty intense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing. So we'll look forward to that. They're going to document all this stuff and share it with it as we go. I'm doing deep fried turkey this year at Falls Lake. Oh,
yes, Jeff, get with me. Get with me tomorrow on that. We were just talking about whether or not you were going to be able to make it and help out with the deep fried turkey. So you and I need to connect tomorrow on that.
Okay.
Let me know. Jeff, I just got. Go ahead and post it, Mr. Rammel, since you're here and you're hitting me on the side. I said just go ahead and hit them with the materials list. Let's see the reaction. I've got Jeff used to do some hammock camping. I will have a 20-degree down sleeping underquilt coming that should weigh in under 16 ounces.
Wow.
You're looking at 1,000 fill power down feathers.
Yeah, that's pretty intense for that low weight. Yeah, I'll talk about. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm double booked for next weekend. There's a Georgia military vehicle rally that I need to go to, and I've never been to one of the Tar Heel State Hangars Thanksgiving events. I really need to make it to that.
We're
So
closer.
That's true. Yeah. And since I'll talk about my truck in a minute, let's go back and let TJ tell us what he has coming, and then I'll talk some more about Humvee stuff.
Is the echo better? Is it all fixed now?
Yeah, you're quiet, but
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, sweet. I've got the gun grips as well for the SIG 938, and then this I got this today. Pick this up.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, so check this out. You are, the hair just stood up on my arm. Look at that. TJ is one of the first people in the country to actually get his hands on, what is it?
The DBX 57.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that is.
doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so jealous. That was a tough one to say, no, send it to TJ, don't send it to me.
Yeah, don't be jealous until you price out the ammo.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought that you were supposed to pick up some ammo with it. No?
No, they shipped it.
They wouldn't let him. I think that's why they told him that he couldn't come in and pick it up. To the ship it to the FFL is so that he wouldn't say, "Hey, well, I'm here. I'm going to need some ammo to do this review."
Yeah, I'll back my truck up to the back door, be good to go. Yeah, so I've got a couple hundred rounds, so it's just it's not cheap, but it is fun. I mean, we shot it at Diamondback, and it was a ball.
What's going on, Nashville? What's up, G?
We got all kind of people showing up today that
That's crazy.
I've not seen in our chat.
Yeah, I posted it in Tar Heel that if anybody cared, I was live on this. So,
Mr. Popular.
So they weren't here.
Hey man, I am the trail diva.
Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true. He is the diva, definitely.
I am a trail diva.
And when he's not on the trail, he's a wherever he is diva.
Yeah. Right now I'm a Statesville diva.
All right. So the things I have coming, the big things I have coming, man, I got so many little reviews I need to get done. And, I mentioned that Henry big boy, it's the all-weather stainless in, what was it, 45 Colt, I think. I need to get that review done. But what has been taking all my time lately has been working on the Battlewagon 3. You know what? Actually, not even just working on it. A lot of what's been taking my time is packing and shipping parts. I ended up with a massive stockpile of Humvee parts that I've been selling. And I spend more time boxing and shipping parts than anything else, which I'm kind of over my head right now with the failed transmission in the Battlewagon 3. So it's probably a 2009. I'm not even sure. The date on it is a little iffy. It was totally rebuilt in 2013. M1165-A1, latest model of Humvee available with all the upgrades, and it's a pretty sick ride, but it's also sick in that it's not working right. So it looks like James is going to be here. It was supposed to be today to start tearing the transmission down. And then I may have to bump it till Thursday. And he let me know today it's going to be Friday afternoon. So I figured it'll be sometime next week before he gets here to start tearing it apart. And then we can get it put back together. Who knows? But I can't wait to get out and drive it some more. It is pretty sweet ride so far. I'm having fun with it. And something I haven't mentioned that you guys may or may not be aware of. Let me see here if I can get if I can open another window and get YouTube up. I want to share something. All right. I should have thought ahead on this. I can't type and search YouTube.
How many tabs you got open, Jeff?
All of them. More tabs. Give me more tabs. You may or may not know that
Jeff has all the tabs.
I also do some work for what is actually the most popular, fastest growing Hobie Cat sailing channel in the world, Joyrider TV. I am the U.S. roving reporter, and I contribute actually because of timing, because you guys know I do everything last second, like not even last minute, but last second. Joe gets stuff done on a schedule. And so I contribute to his weekly Show Us Your Cat show for catamaran sailboats. And I do a segment for him every week. But because of his publishing schedule, and he's so freaking timely and I'm not, it tends to be like every other week that he runs one of my segments. So if you like going fast on a sailboat, you can go check that out. In some of them, I'm just talking about other people's boats. In some of the segments, I'm out sailing. And I travel the country, and people take me sailing on their super fast Hobie Cats type sailboats, and we film it and talk about it, and it's really fun. So, who knew? Did you guys know I did that?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't see a lot of caring in your eyes, any of you.
I did. I knew you did.
That's right.
You were down here doing it.
TJ's there.
I knew you were some kind of pirate. I wasn't sure what kind, but now I know.
Oh my goodness.
200 years too late.
You guys ain't right. You know what? But if you're here for shenanigans, you came to the right place, I think. Not sure how to take that. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, this is pretty much the Hanging with Pickle group.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate everyone stopping by and saying hi. And all right, so we have covered everything that's coming, everything, all of that that we've already published. Geez, there's so many more things we could talk about because there are so many different things in the review queue across the rest of the team. But let's dive into the freeform portion of the show. Oh, where's the banner for it? I want the banner. There it is. We call it shit shooting. So, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess going back and making reference on the tarp that somebody just reviewed.
I'm a big fan of talking about myself. Yeah, seriously, I will outfit everybody here. Let's just head on up to Ohio for John and Karen's winter hang. TJ, we can force Jeff to drink copious amounts of clear rocket fuel and then watch him stagger through the woods. Yeah, Jeff's for it.
Yeah, rent an RV. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like a normal Thursday.
Oh no! This is a camp out. Yeah, this is a camp out.
Okay.
I don't care.
See, that's right. That's right. He's shaking his head because you remember the last time we took TJ hammock camping and he got a little sauced and then had trouble getting in the hammock.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
That was
We
fun.
can do that. We can do that all weekend. All weekend.
In my RV with my stocked bar. It'd be fantastic.
No stocked bar. But I promise you, I can provide you a 12 gauge shotgun with a 64-inch barrel.
Yeah. And 2 people to hold it.
Wow.
I don't need 2 people to hold it. I get that.
You don't need 2 people to hold it. You ain't that buffly.
Listen,
Jeff,
bro.
Did we ever make a mention or anything last week about how SHOT Show had been canceled?
No, we didn't. But to answer the question, yes, dry docked.
Yeah, he didn't dry dock. He land docked. He dry docked so hard he went through the dock, the hammock, the underquilt, and the new bay.
Yeah, it was glorious. It was fun to watch, definitely. I've had a request to ask you about your firearm training.
Jeff, TJ, you've both been at all my firearm trainings, other than that afternoon I spent with Toby shooting skeet off the semi-auto shotgun.
Yeah. So what I can tell you about his firearm training is the dude started out. Wait a second. Did someone else join us? Is that TJ down there? No, that's TJ. Okay. First time he went shooting before he shot, Hunter at Range Hot, who is a firearms instructor, gave him a little bit of instruction, and then we went to the high speed gear event with 6 Hour, and I'm telling you, dude got trained by the SIG Academy. Doug, the instructor from
Doug
SIG
was
Academy,
awesome. Yeah,
he was awesome. Yeah, I got some great pictures of him teaching you how to shoot that
MCX.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yep. And then SHOT Show, you didn't get instruction there, but you shot a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So we definitely broke you in the wrong way. You know, most people, it's like someone gives them something to shoot. And then, you know, Alan, the first when I took you to Quarter Horse Arms and got all their guns and my guns, and you shot a whole bunch of stuff, you've had lots of instruction.
Yep.
Yeah, you're way ahead of everybody else.
Way ahead of the curve.
Yep. All right. What do you want to talk about, Rogue? It's your first time joining us. It's your first time participating in shit shooting. I imagine you have no idea what you're expected to talk about here. So I'm just going to throw it to you.
Nope. Well, since it's shit shooting, right, we can talk about shooting shit.
Sure.
I mean, it's a messy subject, but you know, sometimes you just got to do it. But I don't know what to really talk about. I mean, it's just kind of, for me, I'm kind of out here in the lone wilderness of Montana and trying not to freeze my ass off right now. But the sad thing is it was like 60 degrees today, but yet we had 2 feet of snow over the weekend. Well, not 2 weeks.
You can keep that up there, please. Don't send it down to us in North Carolina.
Just you know what's funny is when we first moved to Montana, we love winter. Oh, we are so over it right now. We seriously considered moving to Arizona last year, but after seeing the election results, we're kind of happy to stay up here right now.
All right, Pickle, tell me what we're looking at here.
Saturday night at Trailheadz, through the weekend, we consumed 2 gallons of John and Karen's very high test clear internal disinfectant liquid. And that is my co-host on Hanging with Pickle and Mike. That is Mike, who
he's not really hanging.
No, he is hanging. See the hand? It's not on the ground.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That was his definition of Saturday night. He was there at 7 a.m. when I came up to the campfire the next morning. That's where he passed out.
Why is there no murder tape around him?
Yes.
Did you guys Sharpie a mustache on him, give him a black eye? I mean, something. Come on.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, TJ. We were all so shit-faced at that point in time that... we completely pulled the rookie.
I would have had you guys taped up, marked, Sharpie. It would have been a mess.
You would have.
Yeah, it was we even went as far as hooking him up. Somebody went and got him a sleeping pad and a blanket so that at least he wasn't on the rocks.
Wow.
But yeah, it was John got Mike a pillow and a junk quilt. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I wasn't around for that one. I'd already realized that it was probably best for me to walk the quarter mile back into the woods to Shenanigans Point to my hammock and crawl in and pass out.
Yeah, it sounds like
hammocks.
All right. So what's the so you just said what? what happened in Ohio at the Trailheadz hang.
Mhm.
How about the hang this coming weekend? Similar shenanigans, or is this a different vibe?
So yeah, this is the one at Trailheadz is a much different vibe because it's on private property, and we get a little bit more leeway there. Next weekend is at Falls Lake State Reservoir, which is a federally supported campground. So federal laws from North Carolina, no firearms in the federal campground, so it is a firearm-free weekend.
Ooh.
If you want to carry, that's on you, but if you were caught carrying, that is considered a federal offense. It is also a dry campsite this coming weekend, so yeah, don't drink beer and throw the beer cans in the fire. I'm not going to come by.
I'm not asking you to spill any secrets or anything. I'm just.
I'm not going to be walking around sniffing your solo cups or anything. But I promise you, if you throw an aluminum can in the campfire, I'm going to throw you out of the hang. That being said, it is a family-friendly event where bring the families, bring the wives, bring the kids. The shenanigans should not be too technically officially loud, but you never know what happens in the evenings around the campfire.
Yeah.
It is Thursday through Sunday. Last year we had upwards of 75 hammocks out into the woods.
Wow.
This year, I believe we are deep frying 4 turkeys for the weekend. Carp, what's going on, Arp? Come on in. We are having a fair amount of hammock educations and chit chat about wild edibles and all things camping and backpacking. Fire starting demos. TJ, we will show you how to start a campfire with 2 rocks.
Those are rolling rocks. Rolling rocks.
I have bourbon. It's flammable.
Bourbon on the rocks.
Yeah. Bourbon on the rocks and a lighter, and you're good to go. Yeah. So, it'll be a pretty cool weekend if you're interested or curious about camping and hammocks.
Yeah, sounds cool. And so people can get information on that how?
Shoot me an email either through Gear Report or Tar Heel State Hangers on Facebook. There's a thread on hammockforums.net. Yeah, Jeff, you did 50 pounds of deep fried turkey last year. I think we're adding turkey to it because not everybody got their fill of turkey. Wow. So I believe we're planning on 4 turkeys this year. You never know what's going to show up. I know Rammel has close to 1,000 pounds of bison in his freezers, some elk, some deer. Hell, he may just tie a leash around one of his deer and walk them down to the hang, and we'll just spit roast them on site.
Straight to the deep fryer.
Straight. Walk it up, let it eat breakfast that morning, and straight to the deep fryer. Perfect. So,
message his personal Facebook page. That's only for dick pics, though. Yeah. This show. We stayed on the rails most of the show, but I figure if we're going to go this long,
let it fly off.
Yeah, why not? All right, so we appreciate that. Go check out the Tar Heel State Hangers group in Facebook if that's something that interests you and you're in the area surrounding North Carolina. It's actually not just Tar Heel, North Carolina people. There's
we've got members all over the country and the world. So.
Any other world? Just this
one? No, I think just this one.
All right.
But the World Wide Web is well represented.
Yeah, awesome. So any other current event stuff we want to talk about? Do we even want to go down the road of talking about anything else, or we just want to shut her down?
Yeah, we can't.
We're over an hour now.
We are. We're like an hour and 20 minutes.
And TJ's only been here for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted you to get enough time, TJ.
You can only handle so much at TJ. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone, thank you. We really appreciate you being here. Everyone on the panel, thank you. We're going to make one lap around for everyone to plug. We've already talked about upcoming reviews, so if you have anything you want to talk about in terms of doing work with another channel, any events you have coming up, Pickle's already plugged his other event. It's probably just going to be like Rogue if you want to say something, but anyone has anything, now's your chance. Plug it. No? All right. Everyone's so quiet. If you're into the military vehicle thing, the Georgia Rally is coming up this weekend. So if you're not going to go with the Tar Heel State Hangars, go to Steel Soldiers or any of the big like Humvee owners or something on Facebook, any of the big military vehicle groups, and you can find information on the Georgia Rally. I think that it was supposed to be a while ago, and the Rona bumped it and it got rescheduled. So I really don't have time to go down there. I've been considering it just because with the Rona, all of these kind of events, they're kind of teetering. Like, well, if they don't get a good enough showing, that it may not ever happen again. So if you like doing things and you can feel like you can do it safely, get out and do stuff. Support the groups that you want to be a part of, that you want to survive, because the Rona has been hard on everyone. And if you want these things to continue, you got to make it happen, Captain. All right. Go check out the Rogue Banshee. Look for reports on Gear Report from all the other folks that are here. I think that's going to be it for now. So until next time, we'll see you.